Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Grow Podcast. I'm your host, Sam Hahn. Today we have joining us is our Human Resources Director, Taylor Collins, and Agronomy Sales Associate, Jacob Meybrunn out of Odell. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for coming in today.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Taylor, you've recently been moved to the Director of Human Resources, so congratulations on that. What did you do in the company before that?
Yeah, well, thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. So I've been with the company about 5 years now. I've always been in the human resources role. Before that, it was kind of an HR generalist type of position, but focused on recruitment and retention of our employees. And part of that was leading our intern program and just bringing quality individuals into the company. So recently, it's been a few months in the HR director role, and have had a lot of support and great employees that have helped me along the way. So it's been great.
So your job's changed a little bit. In what aspects? You're not necessarily going out and hiring as much. You're more of overseeing things, or?
Yeah, so I think kind of what my job has changed to is helping lead the vision of where we want to go in the HR department, and a lot of that is working with our employee development. Looking at leadership development programs. So an intern program was kind of the start of that. But also giving our managers the tools to succeed while they're on the job. You're always looking at benefit packages and compensation packages and what we can give our employees. And so a lot of it's just a strategic vision of where we want to go and how we can lead our employees and help them succeed.
You mentioned the internship program there, and that's kind of one of the things you revamped in your old role, and you're still involved in that somewhat. So can you kind of speak to, our internship program and like how it changed from where it was and where it is today?
Yeah, so when I joined Farmers Cooperative, we had some interns, but primarily there wasn't really a set program. And so one of the first things I wanted to do is basically create a program that helped our interns maybe grow throughout the course of the summer. We have always worked with Southeast Community College, but it was also diving into some of the other talent that's out there for the universities. It was putting more of a structured program in place. We created kind of a mentorship program as well. So instead of just saying, hey, I'm going to label you as an intern and we're not necessarily going to know what you're going to do on a day-to-day basis, but you're an intern, it was putting a structure in place so you know what you're going to be doing throughout the course of the summer.
Absolutely. Now, Jacob, you were an intern for us. You now work with us full time. So where did you intern at?
So the first year I interned, I started out at Philly Agronomy. They're working under Tony Hoffman and Kyle Schlake. I interned out of Southeast Community College for the first year, and Southeast back then they were still on the quarter system, so I actually had a lot longer internship than what most kids would get. I started in March and worked all the way until August, and then I started at Northwest Missouri State.
Okay, so how would you describe your experience as an intern? What types of things did you do, and how was the atmosphere?
Yeah, so it definitely changed from the first year to the second year. The first year, you're kind of getting to know everybody a little bit. They're kind of coddling you along the way. Whereas the second year, they throw you in a pickup and say, get out there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of learning the system, learning how things go. And when you come back as an experienced vet, you kind of have different responsibilities. So what brought you back to want to intern again with Farmers Cooperative?
Well, that's a great question, Sam. The main thing that brought me back was coming home. I wanted to be able to come home and help my dad on the farm. He farms down in Kansas. And, just being able to coordinate that with Taylor, saying, if I need a weekend off or something, we can always coordinate that. So just having the flexibility of being able to intern with Farmers Cooperative and complete the internship on time and in a good manner, and then also being home to help everybody else around. So,
is that what kind of drew you into the ag sector, is growing up on a farm?
Definitely. Growing up, I didn't really know if I wanted to farm, but I knew I wanted to be involved with agriculture. There for a while, I thought I was going to be a mechanical engineer until I saw a Calc 4 book and kind of changed my mind. And then kind of just going into the sales role, I just kind of fell into wanting to be a salesman. So that's kind of, you're kind of uniting the best of both worlds working with this company.
So Jacob interned in agronomy. What other areas do we offer internships in, Taylor? What all are we offering out there, in what departments?
Yeah, great question. And first off, Jacob, we had to want him back. That second year, so he did a great job though. So we're glad to have him. And when we started the internship, official program, you look at what does the intern want, and we see a lot of agronomy internships. So that's kind of where it all started. But we also offer internships in precision ag. We do an actual marketing internship where we work directly with our marketing department. And then we've kind of grown it to even add some other internships, such as a grain marketing intern, working with our origination staff and our merchandising staff. And then we've also worked with Purina, and we've partnered for a feed sales internship. And that's been pretty successful over the years because, partnering with some of your vendors and, it just makes the internship experience a little bit better. You get a lot of industry connections that way. So we're always looking to grow. I mean, that's the thing that we've talked about as a company. Where else can we add internships? We've discussed accounting and some of our other departments because there's just a lot of different things we can do.
I know you, speaking from someone with an agronomy degree, I know agronomy internships are really popular, and that we're heavy loaded in that with some of the agronomy schools and institutions around us, and most of them require an internship to get a 4-year degree. We talked about the internship program a little bit, and you kind of said we want to tailor it to get a big full internship experience and to have that mentorship as well. Mm-hmm. What are kind of the time requirements, time constraints? I know from my experience, you've had interns in the summer, so you could kind of talk about the timeline of an internship with us.
Yeah. So, and I'll touch on the structure of the program as well. So, when Jacob started, like he said, Southeast Community College was on a quarter schedule. So they looked at 10-week internships, mm-hmm. which could be done in the spring or the fall or the summer. And so we'll still partner with students who need something like that, but the bulk of our internship is going to be in the summer. And that's because, that's when you've got your summer break, you're able to do a full-fledged internship and work over 40 hours. I mean, the true value of an internship is to, see it like a full-time position. And that's exactly what we want you to be as an intern, is to gain that experience of, is this the industry you want to get into? Is this the position that you want to get into? So over the course of the summer, it's about a 12-week program where you start typically the middle of May and you end the first week of August. And I think what we like to do, and what maybe gets taken for granted a little bit, is we truly value the feedback that we get from our interns as well. So every 4 weeks we're meeting as a group, and you build those connections with each other. You get to know each other a little bit more. But then as a company, we say, look, what went well the first 4 weeks? What do you want to see the next 4 weeks? And then at the end, we wrap it up first week of August, and we do kind of an end of the year event. And we say, hey, what did you like this summer? Where could we improve next year for our internship program? And recently it started to fall underneath our kind of performance review structure, which I think has only added value to our interns, because now you're having a conversation with your mentor going, here's some areas I think maybe can help you throughout your career. Here's some things you need to work on. Here's what we really enjoyed that you did over the summer, and here's what you did well. And then, like I said, here's how you can improve and really help bring that value to the interns so they know what they want to do moving forward.
Yeah, I know my boss, Mike in Plymouth, we've consistently had an intern, and I remember this year he did, have the performance review with the intern and stuff like that and give that review. Jacob, you were with us twice, and you said the one time you were March through August. Were you in the actual internship program that year, or both years, or?
Yeah, so the first 10 weeks or so for an internship, that was for Southeast Community College. There wasn't really an intern timeline because, most of the, like Taylor said, most of the other kids are going to be in school during that time. So, which I really valued that time because I saw the whole agronomy season. So there I spent a lot of time delivering seed, doing stuff like that. Whereas in the next summer, following summer, whenever we did jump into the intern programs, then, I kind of got to join in with the rest of the interns and go out on the retreats and, attend conferences.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
How was that experience for you? Did you have fun meeting the new people and kind of experiencing some other aspects and seeing the
co-op offer? I had a blast going out there to those conferences. They were a lot of fun. and then just kind of getting to know the interns. Some of the interns, like Clayton Brannick, a kid I have known, a long time. We kind of ran around together in high school once in a while. But then, you also meet other interns like from UNL and kids that I still talk to this day, although they're in a different company right now, possibly, we still maintain a connection and possibly doing some business along the way. So,
very good, cool. How do we find our interns, Taylor? We use things, like career fairs, websites, college visits. How are we finding some of our interns?
Pretty much any way possible. So a lot of it, a bulk of where we find our interns is through career fairs. And, you look at the universities, the colleges that we go to, UNL, Southeast Community College, Kansas State, Northwest Missouri State, those are the big ones. We've also gone to Northeast Community College, University of Nebraska-Kearney. We've had some conversations with people out at Curtis. It really just depends on where you're at and what you're looking for. But we've also got our internship posted online. So you can kind of see the job description, maybe a little bit of what you're looking for. And we've got our new talent specialist on board, Michaela Ray. She's out of our Beatrice Grain office, and she'll be kind of leading the charge this next summer. But she's interviewing now. She's looking for interns now. So we're definitely looking to add another crop of interns this summer. And so I'm encouraging anybody that's interested or knows anybody looking for an internship, definitely go to our website and apply.
Yeah, so we're kind of looking for interns the same way we look for full-time employees a little bit, just the same type of deal. Jacob, as a former intern, I should ask you, what brought you back to work full-time to Farmers Cooperative?
Right. So, there again, it's great to be back in the area that you grow up in and have a good paying job along with the benefits that a co-op can offer. But, just kind of to come back to the area is something I really wanted to do. After being in Missouri for as long as I was, for 2 years, I knew that I kind of wanted to be back in the Nebraska state or Kansas area. Typically, I kind of prefer being north of the border, but go Huskers and all that stuff. I guess you kind of get involved with that stuff. You're sucked in.
Good luck doing business down in Kansas.
Yeah, I hear you. A couple of our good customers are big K-State fans, so when it comes to it, you just keep your mouth shut. So. Yeah. To come back to the area, it was nice to find a good local job and kind of just being in the area that you grew up in. Also, it's hard to find a good job in the area you grow up in. So kind of working with Farmers Cooperative, they were able to satisfy all the needs that I wanted to do. Taylor, after I talked to him at a career fair, just going out and shooting the breeze, he told me what the plan was, and that was pretty much it. I pretty well accepted that offer. I had some pending interviews, of course, but COVID kind of shut all that stuff down. So I guess what's meant to be is meant to be.
Yeah.
And the goal obviously is to, at the end of it, provide a career opportunity for our interns. And, looking at the numbers, we've hired 12 of our interns full time. Some of them have then stayed on part-time, just throughout school so they could still get some hours. It depends where they're located at, really. And I think where we're at from a trade territory standpoint helps us out a lot in that we're really close to Lincoln, a lot of our locations. And then, our Kansas branches, Frankfort, where we have had a lot of our interns, is only 45 minutes from Manhattan. So we've actually had a lot of interns from Kansas State over the years, and it's been a great being able to pull all the talent from where we're at. End of the day, if you want to stay in Southeast Nebraska, Northeast Kansas, come intern with Farmers Co-op, see what it's like, and we'll have that career opportunity for you once you're done. So it's been a great program for us.
Yeah, you took the question right from me there. I was going to ask you, about the goal of trying to get some of our interns to stay on. And like Jacob said, I was in kind of the same boat. I wanted to work in ag, but I kind of wanted to be around home. And, some guys go work off with these big companies, and that's fine. And that can be appealing kind of as you're a college kid too. But like if you're someone who wants to be around home in, Southeast Nebraska, Northeast Kansas, and things like that, Farmers Cooperative becomes appealing because, it's that full-time job you can have and still be around home.
Well, and to kind of piggyback off of that, I think part of our challenge has been, for me, I grew up across the street from a grain elevator, never really looked at a co-op. And so what the intern program has really helped us do is expose kind of our younger workforce to what it's like to work at a cooperative and what the industry is. Because unless you're on a farm, you don't maybe necessarily know what a co-op is and what it does. So throughout the course of the summer, there's some things that the Nebraska Co-op Council puts on where our interns are able to go learn more about the cooperative industry and what it means to not only the state of Nebraska, but, the state of Kansas and every other cooperative in the Midwest. So it exposes, or it introduces, I guess, our interns to the cooperative industry and how it can be a lifelong career for you.
Yeah. And even just us individually as a co-op, my dad's done business with the co-op ever since I can remember, just out of Plymouth there. And I learned so much about what goes on, behind the scenes to say at the co-op and why we do certain things and what the purpose is behind it. That doesn't always necessarily make sense, from the outside. Once you get on the inside, it really starts to make sense to you.
Well, and we've actually had interns that their goal is, I don't really need a full-time position. I've got a farming opportunity when I graduate. Mm-hmm. That's completely fine. I'll still encourage you to come intern with Farmers Cooperative for exactly like you said, is you learn the kind of ropes of what we do and the retail side. You only see kind of some aspects when you're on the farm of the cooperative business, and you just learn the whole operation once you actually do an internship. And it's been a great experience, I think, for those interns as well.
Yeah. With, this internship we've been talking about kind of wrapped up, is there anything, from the HR director's role that you'd like to address or add today?
I think we're always looking for quality talent, and the numbers change from year to year on how many interns that we bring. It just depends on the opportunity and where that intern's at. But what I would say is if you're looking for something that you can gain value from, bring value to the company, then also grow with that company. And ultimately, if you want to make a difference, then I would say do your internship with Farmers Cooperative and look at the career opportunities that we have for you in the future.
Very good. Well, that does it for today. Appreciate everyone tuning in. You can listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up. Tell us, leave a comment who you want to hear from, if you have any topics you want addressed. And as always, keep growing.